Good morning. Thank you for waiting until I was able to start. How is it going? What an absolutely mad morning this is going to be. There is only 42 minutes until the deadline. We have to get these triple captains locked in. We have to get these bench moves locked in. The hits, the no moves. There's some people out there not taking hits or chips or using chips. Can you imagine that this week? It's going to be big. Thanks very much for waiting. There's already like nearly 3,000 people waiting. Watching. I've only just started. Please do give it a like if you enjoy it, of course, and hit subscribe when you're in there. We do this every single game week, and there's a lot to talk about. I'll just bring up my team straight away. I'll try. By the way, let me just say this with super chats. I'll try and get them to them as soon as possible. But there's going to be. I say there's going to be quite a few, and there's a lot to talk about. So I'll get straight to them as soon as I can. Or I don't want to. Just be reading them off constantly. So I'll talk about my team first. I'll just get that out of the way. So I'm sure some people want to see it. I've taken a hit. I've taken a -4. I talked about this in the team selection video. I put it up on Patreon last night when I made the move. So I did my team reveal on Patreon. If anyone hasn't checked that out, link in the description below if you want to sign up for that. So Kane and Son have gone for a hit. And Salah and Antonio are in. Now, taking out Son and Kane is obviously difficult, but it's worth saying, right? If I hadn't wildcarded, or if the Spurs fixture hadn't been Fulham, right? If it had been Villa instead of Fulham, I wouldn't have had any Spurs players anyway, right? So I knew I was taking them out when I wildcarded, so I'm kind of okay with it. So they've gone. Salah and Antonio was in. There was no way I was ever going into this game week without Salah, so he has come in. And Antonio, look, I would be an absolute fraud if I didn't bring Antonio in when he's fit and when he's got Burnley and West Brom at home, right? I'd be an absolute fraud. If Moyes said that he might not be able to play or he wasn't fit, fair enough. But there was no mention of him not playing. He came through 90 minutes in the FA Cup. He's got Burnley at home. He's got West Brom at home. The guy is a legend. It's not a question of if he's fit. He is fit now. So he is in, absolutely. And there we go. Spent the last 5 watching FPL Gameweek 19 live Q&A dead on stream. Wondering what happened to you. I'm confused. What do you mean? Have I got the title wrong? Or maybe you were just watching someone else. So yeah, there you go. So Salah and Antonio are in just for a -4. I do have 2.7 million in the bank, and I can afford to do Holding to Chilwell or Saka to Grealish, but I don't think I'm going to take another hit. The Holding to Grealish one is tempting, but I feel like Arsenal have got a good chance at a clean sheet. So that's 6 points straight away. If he plays, of course. I'm sure he will. And then a -4 takes it to 10 points. And so Chilwell's got to get 11 plus. Now, I could see him getting a huge score in a double game week, but the fact that he's got to play less... Like, if it was Fulham and West Brom for Chelsea, I'd be much more tempted. But I think I'm just going to stick to this. A -4 when there's plenty of people looking, at least on Twitter, looking to take -8s and -12s. I'm kind of okay with it. Captain's still on De Bruyne. Lots of chat about him being tired, etc. But I think if we put it into a bit of context, right, the tiredness for the penalty, okay, sounds ridiculous, right? Don't get me wrong. Let's not even talk about the penalty anymore. But that was at the end of the game. He's still making runs into the box in like the 91st, 92nd minute, whenever it was, maybe even 90th minute. And the guy just plays every game. So I'm not too concerned about that. If Pep had said something, if someone had actually asked him in the press conference and he'd said it, then fine. But I think he just starts the next 2. And I just prefer the fixtures to Salah's. That's it. I don't want to sit on the fence, but I don't think there's much in De Bruyne and Salah. Like if you go and look at any model insights, like you've got the transfer algorithm on Patreon, you've got Fantasy Football Scout, Rate My Team. De Bruyne and Salah are quite close together. Although interestingly, I think both of them, I think a couple of models I've looked at have Salah higher, which is interesting, but I can't remember which ones now. But De Bruyne is where I'm going. I think that Crystal Palace game is good. Am I confident De Bruyne won't get rested? Look, it could happen. I don't know. I'm not Pep Guardiola, but I'm not going to let it affect my captaincy. Maybe if you really are massively risk adverse, you do put it on Salah, because Salah's not getting rested against Man United, and he probably isn't getting rested against Burnley either. But I think De Bruyne is just going to start. The league is so tight. There's an FA Cup game coming up after Aston Villa. Surely that is when De Bruyne gets his rest. He has a week off, then he goes again. And if De Bruyne is not on penalties after the debacle in the last game week, I'm done with him. I'm done. Salah at home. Enough said. De Bruyne is at home as well, you know. So yeah, let's see what some of the questions are. Bamford or Watkins? If I had Bamford, if I had Watkins, I would just play him, I think. But Bamford has got good fixtures coming up after this, so I do prefer him, given that we don't know the situation with Watkins right now. Son and Martial to Rashford and Antonio for -4. Not sure Martial will play and have a lot of money in Son. Or can do Martial to Jesus straight swap. The only thing with Jesus is I don't think you can be confident at 2 starts. So I think I prefer the first one if you're going to do it. You've got a lot of money in Son. It depends how quickly you want to buy him back. Play Dallas or Saiss. I'd probably play Saiss against West Brom. I think there's a better chance at a clean sheet, and he's got attacking threat too. -8 bench boost active with non-5 double gaming players. I'm an idiot. Dave, you're not an idiot. Good luck. H-Bomb. Do I drop Dallas or Justin and bring in Cancelo for a minus? Do I drop Dallas? Or do I drop Dallas or Justin and bring in Cancelo for -4? Oh, okay, so one's got a double game week. I'd want to keep Justin, but Ricardo must be close back. I'd be tempted to keep Dallas, to be honest, but it's hard. It's difficult taking out a double game week ahead of a single game week. I need to start 3 of these 4. Wan-Bissaka, Harvey Barnes, Antonio Wilson. Harvey Barnes, he's going to get 2 starts. I would probably start all the attackers. De Bruyne in for Salah or Fernandes. Can't afford to have all 3. If you absolutely have to bring De Bruyne in for one of those 2, then I would bring him in for Fernandes, I think. I think Salah's got a better chance at a bigger score this week. And also, Fernandes is on 4 yellows. I don't want to let that dictate too many decisions, but I think if you have to bring it out one of those 2, that's what I would. That is what I would do. Kane, Son, and Neto to Vardy, Salah, and Souček for -8. I mean, I've already taken, I guess, a -4 for those 2. So Neto for Souček is not that bad. Neto might not start, so you could get it paid back as long as Vardy starts twice. Robertson to Diaz for a hit. Sure, if you don't need the money, would you not just keep Robertson? Like, I've seen a lot of people taking out Liverpool defenders, and I kind of get it for Man City ones because they got better fixtures. But if I didn't need the money, I would probably just keep Robertson, to be honest. I've already done fan team. I've already done it. I've taken a -4 and I have 11 double game weekers. I think my team actually looks quite good after last week's mess. Plan to bench boost options are Adams to Watkins or Dallas to Stones will be a -8. Has already done it. I'd probably do Dallas to Stones because Stones you're pretty confident of playing twice and he's got good fixtures, whereas Adams and Watkins might both play once, and Watkins is playing Man City anyway, so I'd probably do the Dallas move. Morning, am I crazy or is Cancelo captain a good shout? Can easily get the 15 benchmark. The only thing is, like, I still, in the back of my head, I still think Cancelo's a great option now, but is there a slight chance at a rest? I don't know. If he starts both games, I like it, but I always prefer to back attackers. There will be a double game week defender that does really well this week. Could be Cancelo, could be Sofal, could be Cresswell. Cresswell could be a massive differential for owners. I don't even know what his ownership is, but I don't see him in many Twitter teams and stuff like that. Or Chilwell, someone like that. So I get the idea of defender captains, and it does look like 2 potential clean sheets, but Villa's not going to be an easy game. So yeah, I don't think you're crazy. It's just not something I like doing. But if you want to do it, absolutely, you should go for it. Please do keep giving the stream a like if you enjoy it, by the way. We can get up to 1,000 pretty quick, I reckon, if everyone goes and hits that button. El Ghazi Brewster to Antonio Anguissa, -8 on a bench boost. I don't particularly like that. I guess El Ghazi to Anguissa is to fund it, but then he's not the greatest bench boost option, I would say. He does play twice, of course. If you really want Antonio, but I'm not a big fan of that. Made 2 transfers already, but Son to Foden for a -8. I probably wouldn't do that. There's no guarantee that Foden plays twice. So if he only plays once, Son's also playing once, I wouldn't do it. Chintan, that'd be the reason then anyway. Cancelo and Rodrigo or Stones and Wood or Stones and Antonio. Stones and Antonio, I think, for me. just because you get Antonio, you know? Just because you get Antonio. Would you play Che Adams or Dallas? Adams got such a difficult fixture. I don't think Leeds will keep a clean sheet though. Probably Che Adams. There's not much in it. Rafinha versus Brighton or Smith Rowe versus Newcastle. Definitely Rafinha for me. Bench boost Martinez, Holding, Smith Rowe, Dallas. I mean, very similar to me. I would bench boost that, I think. On bench boost, is it worth a -4 to get Areola in for a non-playing keeper, or better to upgrade Rodrigo to Antonio? Only have funds for 1. I feel like Rodrigo to Antonio is probably going to net you better points. Like Fulham are not bad defensively. They also have 2 very difficult games, like Chelsea and United, so it's not great. Need a £6.7 million mid, thinking of Foden. There's Souček, there's Bowen, could be options as well. Foden's coming into everyone's thinking because he scored last week, but let's not forget he also got benched a lot. So if he plays twice, he looks really good. But outside of that, I'm not too sure on him, to be honest. If he plays, he'd be amazing. The Souček, Bowen are options, I think. There isn't a huge amount of that price, though, to be completely honest. Rafinha, but he doesn't have a double game week, which is obviously a bit crazy. Okay, let me see what else we have here. What are your thoughts on Captain Vardy? I feel as though he isn't being talked about enough. Yeah, the thing is, you just get these situations in FPL where everything like conspires to have certain players. Like everyone already had Salah, De Bruyne, Fernandes in their team, so it's very difficult to also have Vardy. Therefore, people aren't talking about him as a captain. The issue for me is there's 2 days between the games, and we already know he's missed like European games and stuff because of this hip issue, where they don't want to play him like in quick succession. We saw that over December as well, so that will kind of put me off a bit because I feel like if they can manage his minutes, they will. And he is a good option because he always does well. And the fixtures aren't... I mean, Chelsea's not great. I mean, Chelsea's difficult and Southampton can be difficult. So I don't think he has the greatest fixtures. So De Bruyne trumps him on fixtures. Salah arguably does. They're both midfielders, so they get more points for goals. They're also all on penalties. So I don't think Vardy is a bad choice at all. But I do think there's like at least 3 better options this week, in my opinion. Smith Rowe to Barnes or Holding to Chilwell. This will be from -8. I'd probably go Holding to Chilwell, I think. That's obviously good old Harvey Barnes, who we've kind of forgotten about. He has started the last 5, and he scored 2 goals as well. I do like Barnes. I always worry about whether or not he'll definitely start every single week. And by the way, Chilwell's a really good long-term hold, I think, or medium-term. He's got good fixtures after the double. The thing with... So do Leeds, to be fair, but I think Holding to Chilwell. Smith Rowe can just... It depends on your squad structure, but Smith Rowe can just kind of stay as bench fodder at his price. Arguably, now that Saka is blanked, I kind of wish I'd just gone for Smith Rowe because he could just be my bench fodder going forward. I maybe should have given that bit more of a thought, but it is what it is. Antonio and ZS Pulisic or Chilwell and Souček. Ooh, tough one that. I'm always... Basically, if you ever ask me about Antonio it's always going to be the Antonio one. I just love the guy. Johnson or Areola as second keeper. I think I'll go Johnson for this week only. That's for sure. Robbo to Cancelo. Again, I wouldn't transfer out Liverpool defenders unless you need to fund another move. I just think Burnley's a guaranteed clean sheet and United could be as well. Plus attacking returns on top. Kane, Son, Lindelof for Antonio, Mane and Reece James. It feels like a few too many moves there. I mean, if you're bench boosting, potentially, Reece James, will he definitely start twice? That'd be my only concern. But obviously, yeah, I don't mind getting an Antonio and a Liverpool midfielder because I've already done it. Vardy, keep or sell? Keep, I think. Is Werner a good shout? He's... I think Werner's a good punt. I don't know how confident I am about him getting a massive return, but I think he's a good punt. But Vardy I would keep. Start Bowen or Bamford? I'd start Bowen. There's so much upside if Bowen starts both those games. Bench boost with Bamford, Carl Walker, Peters and Adams, no goalkeeper. Yeah, I'd be tempted to maybe hold it. I think you can bench boost without a goalkeeper. But I think the other 3 players would have to be really good. And Southampton against Leicester is not really good. So I'd be tempted to keep it. Depends on what chips you got left. What would you do with Tierney? -4 for a Chelsea defender. It doesn't sound good for Tierney starting. He could start. I'm not saying he definitely won't. But there is obviously some concerns over that. So -4 for a Chelsea defender I think is a good long-term move. Ali, thanks for the quality content. Thank you very much. Mitchell and Martin out for Stones and Johnson for -8. I mean, they're good long-term moves. I think with all these hits flying around, I'd always be careful about taking too many hits, right? You start getting to -8, -12s, and you're bench boosting, and you think the bench boost is worth, 16 to 20 points or something like that. And so you're already wiping off most of that with the hits. I guess if you're taking it for long-term players that you're going to play every week, then fine. But if you're taking hits to get bench boost players, then... obviously they're mostly going to be on your bench, so you're not going to use them long term. So think about that before you take any hits. I do see a lot of players being brought in that are decent though. Already on an 8-point hit. Bamford to Antonio for an extra hit. It'd probably pay off this week. I'm not sure about long term. The thing with Bamford is people have got a lot of money locked into him, so I'll be careful about that. And also, I do think you'll want him long term. I think he's just someone you're going to want to keep. So I would be very careful about taking Bamford out. I know Antonio is like such a big pool this week, and obviously he gets talked about lots, but Bamford is someone you're probably going to want long term. Poolnart, Watkins for DCL for a -4, or Watkins for DCL and Stones for target for a -8. I'm not sure I would take out Villa defenders for a -8. Watkins in for DCL looks good though to me. Do I think there will be a better game week for triple captain? There will be other game weeks. Whether or not they're better is debatable, but I think Spurs, for example, should have some good doubles. Man City will have more doubles as well, so there is more opportunity to use it. Whether or not there is definitely better opportunities than right now, that's obviously unknown. Like there's not a definite of what the doubles will be. So I think the doubles are quite good right now, and I'd be very tempted to use my triple captain if I wasn't bench boosting. I almost think I definitely would, to be honest. Paul, how's it going? Seriously considering Foden captain? Oh wow, first or last? Yeah, fair enough. Good luck with it if you do it. You know my thoughts on it already. I probably don't need to go through them again when it comes to Foden. You know the risks. If you want to go for it, absolutely go for it. Army Corps of Architect, thank you very much. Vardy and Grealish to Watkins and De Bruyne from -8. Have Salah, Bruno will bench boost. Unless you really want to captain De Bruyne over Salah, I wouldn't do that. You're taking out two players with a double for two other players with a double, and Grealish is probably better than Watkins anyway. Vardy and De Bruyne are De Bruyne is probably the better option, but when you're taking a -8 into account, I'm not sure about that. Chiritan, thanks very much. Any word on Tierney being fit? No, last I saw that he's a doubt. And I don't think, if you go on somewhere like Fantasy Football Scout, they have a team news page, and they are predicting Saka to be left back, and I think there is a chance of that. It's a bit annoying as a Saka owner, to be completely honest, but I'd be worried about Tierney. Would you do Dyer or Tierney to Chilwell for a hit? I would do Tierney. I think Dyer will probably... They've both got single game weeks anyway, and Dyer's more likely to start. So that would probably be it for me. Kartik, Martinez, okay, let me see. Thoughts on team. Martinez, they're all pretty decent players. Johnston, Bamford, ESR, Holding for bench boost. Yeah, I like the bench boost. Good single game players. Decent. Same team as you, but Saka to Grealish for a -8 and 21k. Yeah, I'm not doing Saka to Grealish just because... Saka plays left back. I'm going to wonder why I didn't do it. There's so many unknowns over Villa. You know the risks, right? Who's got COVID? Who's going to start? Even if Grealish starts, what about the rest of the team? One of the games is Man City away. That's difficult. So you're betting a lot on that Newcastle game. For me, I'm probably going to do Saka to Grealish, but I'll probably do it in Game Week 20, depending on how my team is set up. I don't... It's up to you. It's up to you. I'm not doing it. Do it if you want to. That's the reasons why I'm hesitant to do it. When do I think Spurs game week fixtures for Son, Kane, Son triple? I'm not sure when they're going to be. They'll almost certainly have one in game week 26, but Spurs will have other double game weeks as well. So, you could save a triple captaincy if you wanted for either of those two. McGoldrick and Kane out for Antonio Vardy in. McGoldrick and Kane for Antonio Vardy for -4. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Somewhere, Kilman, Son and Balbuena out for Diaz, Cancelo and Foden for -8. And then bench boost. All players have two doubles over there. I quite like it. I don't know about Son to Foden, but I guess he's funding the other move, so it's okay. But I guess don't be surprised if Foden misses one or even doesn't start either of the games, to be honest. You just never know, right? You just never know. Let me have a look at the chat here. I should say, I'm feeling pretty calm about this week. I'm feeling pretty calm. I feel like I've gone through so much of the stuff now. You always slate my team, Newcastle United. Yeah, but they are bad, right? I'm not saying anything out. It's like when I was saying that Arsenal were bad and everyone was saying I was biased. I think that's because there's a lot of Arsenal fans. But you say it about Newcastle, you don't really get slated so much. Is Justin to Cancelo for -4 worth doing? I feel like that's a good long-term move, but Justin, if he starts both, is quite attacking as well. So I think that's one of those moves. You can't be surprised if it goes wrong, but I quite like it, you know. I'm expecting Villa to blank against Man City anyway, hoping Watkins and Grealish play Newcastle and score. Yeah, I like that. Seems fair to me. Where am I up? I'm trying to keep track of the chat. There's so many questions. Wildcard, Gameweek 18, free transfer, Saka to Socha, 11. Do I bench Reece Campbell, Martial's fit, Stewart plays, and a -4 holding so far, or triple captain De Bruyne, or bench Reece -8? Man, that's so. I honestly, I think with all I'll say with the super chats is try and keep the questions simple. It's very hard to kind of like process that much info for one question when I can't see the rest of the team. I would be tempted to gamble. Stewart could play because Phillips is out. But otherwise, triple captain De Bruyne is a good option. Best option to replace Kane. No Man United moves. If you don't, I would maybe keep him. You could go to Vardy, but I'd be tempted to keep him. If you can't go to like Antonio or someone like that, and you don't want Vardy, I would hold. You don't have to get rid of him just because he's got Sheffield United. Danny, Dyer to James or Chilwell for -4. Is it worth it because of the double and it's a long-term move? I think that Reece James, like he's available now, he's training, so he could play. Again, like if you go to somewhere like Fantasy Football Scout, I bet they've got James starting. They do, yeah. And Lampard said all good. So I think there's a good chance James starts. He's such a bigger option now for Lampard than Azpilicueta. But if you want to be completely risk adverse, I guess go Chilwell. Would you bring in Stones for Dyer from -4? The thing is, as soon as you start taking -4s for defender, you're basically wiping off one of their clean sheets. So I don't know if I would, to be honest. But again, you probably want you probably want Stones more longer term than Dyer. Sandy, who's more likely to play more minutes, Shaw or Bailly? Oh, that is a tricky one. Like, Shaw is first choice. Bailly, I'm still not sure. I'd probably go Luke Shaw, but I think you're taking risks when you start going for those Man United defenders, to be completely honest. This is slow mode. Yeah, this is slow mode. I don't think I can change it any more. It's already mental, isn't it, as it is? Yeah, I don't know if I can slow it down anymore. I'm not sure how you do that, actually. But this is slow mode, yeah. It's absolutely mad, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely mad. Sorry, I'm just looking. I don't know what I'm looking at there. I'm lost. I was dreaming. I was in dreamland. Do your fan team. I've done my fan team. It's actually a really good team. I tweeted about it earlier. Finlay, love it. Andy, love it too. Hit to get Zaha and Kane to Manny Antonio. Love that. Yeah. Diaz or Cancelo. I think for safety Diaz, but I think Cancelo's got a bigger upside, and I'm hoping he starts twice. So there you go. Do you want to take the risk or not? George, Son and Bruce to Grealish and Antonio. Bruce is bench, but if I make the transfer, I bench Saka this week. I guess Son has to go to fund Antonio, but then you're just benching Saka. I don't know about that. It doesn't sound like that great of a move, to be honest, especially if it's for a hit. You could do it. I mean, Grealish potentially will play twice, and Grealish is a good long-term move, I think. Tierney to Chilwell from -8. I think when you start talking about -8, you can isolate it. It's really Tierney to Chilwell from -4. You've already taken the other -4, I guess. Again, I quite like that move because I don't think Tierney's going to start. So you're getting 2 games out of Chilwell, and he's probably better long term anyway. Werner or Antonio in. Antonio for me. Love the man. He's cheaper as well. Gives you more funds to play around with in later weeks. I think Werner's like a massive differential, but obviously he clogs up quite a bit of money. Mikhail, thanks very much for the Atsu tier. Dallas, Dyer, Son and Kane out. Dallas, Dyer, Son and Kane. Oh my god, that's huge. Diaz, Stones, De Bruyne and Cavani, Rodrigo. I don't like Cavani, Rodrigo. I like the Man City options. I don't massively like Cavani, Rodrigo, but I guess you need to do that to fund the rest. It's such a big move. I don't mind them for Man City players, but I don't know, -12. You've got to start thinking there could be issues there. It's not bad, I would say, but it's a lot of risk, right? I mean, what if Spurs beat Sheffield United 2-0, Son and Kane get a goal and assist each, that's 10 points, Dyer gets a clean sheet, that's 26 points. Obviously, it's all ifs and buts. Like, could Sheffield United score? Maybe, but it's tricky. I need to check my team. is locked in. So De Bruyne captain. Oh, I don't know this. I've got doubts, but I wonder if it's because we're so close to the deadline. Tempted to switch it to Salah. And the rest of the team looks good, I think. I'm locked in. Bench boost is active. There ain't much more I can do after that. Used free hit last week. Have McCarthy, Walker Peters, Adams and Bamford on the bench. Everyone's starting playing and double. Bench boost worth it. I would probably bench boost that, yeah. I mean, Southampton don't have the ideal fixture, I get it. But again, it depends what chips you got left. If you've got all your chips, I'd probably hold the bench boost. Son to Salah for a -8. Again, these questions are difficult because you don't know. I don't know whether this is you've already taken the -4. This is just another -4, or this is for some other move. But I definitely think Son to Salah is worth 4 points. Yeah. Rashford and Son to Salah and Socha. Again, I mean, you're taking out Rashford with a double game week. I don't know about that. It's 3 games versus 4, and I think Rashford could do all right. I get a bit, but Salah's so hard to go without with. I'd be quite tempted to do that, but I don't like the idea of taking Rashford out too much, to be honest. Saka to Socek, Brewster bench, or Brewster to Antonio, Saka bench. Brewster to Antonio, I think. Yeah, Brewster to Antonio. So basically, it's Saka and Antonio. It's Saka and Antonio. Oh, no, wait. It's just Antonio versus Socek. I mean, Socek's probably a bit safer for injury record, but I'd probably go Antonio. Dallas to DS or Rafinha to Foden. I wouldn't do Rafinha to Foden. There's a chance they both get 1 game each. I'll do the other one. Cancelo or Antonio -4. I own Stones. Alternatively, Foden and Werner. Antonio over Cancelo. Can you make transfers halfway through to get double game week? No. Basically, this is exactly the same as a normal game week. Once you're locked in, you're locked in. That is it. It's not like Sky or anything where you can make moves in between. You are locked in. If you weren't bench boosting, who would you have on your bench? I'd have these players on my bench. So I would probably play Wood ahead of Bamford. I know there's some risk in that, but I just think I'd back 2 fixtures over 1 in that case. If it was like Bamford versus West Brom, it might be a little bit different. But I'm trying to be realistic with my bench. Like, I would play De Gea ahead of Martinez, and I definitely would play all of the team ahead of the Arsenal players. I think it's important to... It's definitely important to put the proper bench on, because it tells you whether you're really benching the proper players, and if you are, do you think they are good options to bench boost? Like, if that makes sense. That doesn't make any sense. I've worded that really badly. I think it's important to put the proper bench on the bench, and then you can really see if it's worth a bench boost. Like, if you go and put Fernandes, De Bruyne on and say, oh yeah, I'm bench boosting because look at this, like, that's just, you might be wasting a chip. And also it gives you a proper score of what it was worth. How about getting in Mane instead of De Bruyne and being differential? If you think Mane scores more points than De Bruyne, go for it. If not, I would just get De Bruyne. Is it worth selling Son for Pulisic, Mount, Maddison? If you want to take a punt, yes. I would only punt on Pulisic out of those. I would not sell Son for Mount or Maddison. Miles, Annie, legend, thank you. Holding, Smith Rowe, Dallas, McCarthy, bench boost. Holding, clean sheet, Dallas, potential attacking return. Smith Rowe, not bad against Newcastle. I'd probably bench boost Watkins or Wilson. Watkins long term. Wilson potentially slightly better this week just because we know he's probably going to play twice. Thomas, thank you very much. Other Thomas, free hit. Areola, Sofao, Fernandes, or Edison, Ogbonna, Rashford. I'd want... Fernandes is on 4 yellows. You could take the risk and not go for Fernandes. And you do get to cover the Man City clean sheet in the second one as well. I think if you're not captaining Fernandes, the second one is potentially better. But obviously, Fernandes is highly owned, so it could hurt, right, if he goes mad and everyone's got him. So just saying that, right now. I've completely lost where I am. Triple captain on Salah, you guys won't regret it for sure. Might do. Keep taking hits. There's so many hits. Even with a -4, I feel like my rank's going to go up before the game week even starts. Because so many people are going to log into their team and just see it. We've got 13 minutes to the deadline. I don't even know where I was on the questions there. Mitchell to Cancelo or Diaz. Again, I think Diaz is safer. Cancelo a bit more risk, but a bit more upside. So make your decision based on that. Start Bamford over Antonio. Hell no. Start Bamford over Antonio. Hell no. Start Pope or Martinez. Pope's got West Ham, Liverpool. Martinez might not. I'd probably start Pope just because I think he's definitely going to play. I'm sure Martinez is fine, but we don't know, do we? And I don't think Martinez's fixtures are that much better. I want a free hit out of Bruno, De Bruyne, Salah. Who would you go for between Rashford and Son in midfield? Rashford's got 2 games. Simple as that, I think. Because I think one of the games is okay, and the other one he could get something in. I think it's worth taking a punt on Rashford over Son on a free hit. Because, yeah, Son could score against Sheffield United, but he's just only got 1 game, hasn't he? And Vardy and Kane up front. Yeah, I definitely would go Rashford. Thomas, thank you very much again. Brian, Wan-Bissaka to Robbo for a hit. Nah, I don't think so. Wan-Bissaka could get clean sheet against Fulham. I know his attacking returns are pretty unlikely, but I think the Man United Liverpool game is tough to call. It could be no clean sheet for either. Then you've got to take the -4 off. And then Wan-Bissaka has Sheffield United in game week 20. I know he's not the most attacking, but I'd probably just keep him if you've got him. Calvert-Lewin to Antonio, then Son to Bruno for a 4-point hit. That sounds great. Obviously, Bruno's on 4 yellows, worth saying, but hopefully he'll be all right. Dante, thank you. Replace Lindelof. Bench boost played and already on a -4. I would be tempted to replace him depending on how much money you've got left. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to start, to be honest. Lots of questions about Tierney. I don't know if he's going to play. My gut feeling says no. How to trigger Andy say something bad about Antonio. It wasn't bad. I just Antonio, come on. 2 games against 2 really weak opposition, or Bamford. I like Bamford now. Don't get me wrong. I was wrong about him at the start of the season, but seriously. I'm not triple captain, no, I'm bench boost, and that's what the dark green is. That's bench boost ahoy. George, thank you. Good luck to you too. Dante, again, thank you very much. Tanav. By the way, I would probably, I can't really just turn them off midstream, but I would probably chill with the super chats because I'm not going to get through all these before the deadline, I don't think. I'll try my best. But I'm also trying to look at the chat as well. Bernardo, Taylor and Bowen for Stones, Sofao, Suchek. Yeah, I quite like that. Again, it's a -8 probably, so it's tricky, but I do like it. Fabianski or Martinez. The problem is, Fabianski, he tweeted something like he's ready for Burnley, but we don't know for sure if he's going to play, so it's a bit of a risk. He's definitely the better keeper if they play twice, but if you've already got Martinez, for example, I'd just play him. Best 8 million replacement for Kane. Already have Antonio wildcarding this week. Probably just get Bamford, to be honest, if it was me. I'm still in the FPL Cup. Yeah, I'll tweet out what my opponent's team is after this. Sell Robertson or Dyer to bring in Cancelo. Definitely Dyer, 100%. Bench one, Reece James, Dallas, Rafinha. Probably Dallas. Thoughts on Fabianski? Yeah, I just mentioned him. I'm not sure, to be honest. He did tweet out, and I think Moyes didn't rule him out, so there is a good chance he starts, but I couldn't tell you 100%. If I had to put money on it, I don't know how much money I would put on him start. I just don't know. I'd be worried about him, to be honest. But we'll see, I guess, soon. De Bruyne triple or Kane and Son are the double. Okay, triple captain. That's up to you. If you want to use triple captain, go for it. I think De Bruyne is good. If you want to save Kane and Son, do it. How about Sterling as a differential captain? I mean, he is that. He's a differential captain. I don't think he's as good as captain as everyone else this week, but he's differential. You know the risks with it. If you want to go for it, go for it. Don't let anyone talk you out of it. If you want to go for a different captain, you should do it. Like Sterling, obviously, will he play twice? Possibly, yeah. He's better not be on penalties. Any news on Neto starting? The last thing I saw was from a journalist called Tim Spears, I think, from The Athletic, and he said Neto is touch and go, and I felt like that was embargoed comments too. So yeah, I don't know. De Bruyne for triple captain, yes or no? I think he's a good option. I think, look, if you think a captain is going to get 15 plus, and in a double game there has to be more chance of that. It's just one goal. It's just one goal for De Bruyne in either game, plus maybe even or an assist, some bonus points. I think he's a good triple captain option, especially if you think he starts twice. Tierney to chill for -4 or Sice to chill for -4. I don't. Tierney's a tough one, right? He might start. I don't think he necessarily will, though, so -4 I don't mind. I wouldn't take a -4 for Sice. He's playing West Brom. It's a really good fixture. Robertson or Grealish? I think Grealish longer term. Thoughts on my wildcard team? People wildcard in Game Week 19. Martinez, Diaz, so far. Wan-Bissaka, Chilwell, Bruno looks good. Antonio, so yeah, I like that. Foden with a little bit of a punt. Defense looks quite good. No Man City players. Your wild card, not free hitting. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Stones are holding for the bench boost. I mean, Is that a question? Come on, that's obvious, surely. Stones are holding. One plays for Man City, the best defensive team in the league, and has 2 games where he could get 2 clean sheets, and the other one plays for Arsenal. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you very much, Andrew 18. Callum, Salah and Antonio for -4. Boom, yes. Done it already. -8 for Lindelof. Basically, Lindelof to Chilwell for a -4. I think it could pay off. I don't know if Lindelof will start either game, to be honest. Yasin, thank you, John. Thanks for the great content. Is it worth -4 to swap out Fabianski to Johnston? I don't know about that. I'd be tempted to just risk that that Fabianski plays at least one if I had him already. Opinion on my bench boost team. Who's on the bench? Watkins, ESR. Yeah, looks good. Simon F. Faded AU. DS or Stones? Watkins or Wilson? DS for sure. And probably Watkins, but maybe Wilson for safety. Play Justin or Watkins. I'd play Watkins. Kane, Conte out. Antonio Cancelo in. Boom. Like it. Sounds good for a -4. We're only got 7 minutes till until the deadline, so make sure you have everything locked in. I got to be honest, at this point, there is no way I'm getting to all these questions. There is absolutely no way. There is way too many to go through here. Hear me out, Sochet captain. Not for me, but go for it if you want to, yeah. Mane punt, Lindelof for buy in a -8 live. I wouldn't do Lindelof for buy. I think it's just too much risk there. You don't know who's going to start, do you? Okay, let's just quick fire these now. That free hit stat looks good. Path to me. I don't think there's too many players there that I would change, to be honest. You've got all the main players in. Ziyech in for Son for -8. I wouldn't do that, I don't think. I don't think you're going to want Ziyech long term. I don't really like Ziyech as an FPL option. I could be wrong. Philip, Neto to Rashford or Neto to Maddison. Rashford, Adams to Cavani. I wouldn't do that, I don't think. I think Maddison's carrying an injury. He said he was fine. Should be fine. FPL isn't FPL fun. Very. No double gaming players on my bench now due to reschedule. I built a double gaming team, so thinking of playing or just get cash off the bench. Are you talking about bench boost? Yeah, I'll bench boost if you've got a good bench boost. You've said that loads of times. Calvin into Antonio, yes. Sterling to De Bruyne -4, possibly. Cody to Cancelo for a -8. I quite like those moves, but Sterling to De Bruyne because obviously hurt. I'm doing bench boost. Should I bring in over Cancelo or Diaz? Again, I think Diaz is less risky, but I prefer Cancelo. Dean, thanks. Dyer to Chilwell -4. Don't take the hit. I'm not sure I would take the hit there. Bamford or El Ghazi. I'd probably start El Ghazi. Hope for the best. Ryan, Rashford or Pulisic? I have Bruno. Pulisic allows me to upgrade Stones to Cancelo. I don't know if you necessarily need to do that upgrade, but I like the Pulisic punt if you don't want to go for another Man United player. I think he's a decent option. As long as he can stay fit, right? Carl Walker-Peters to Sofao. Nice. Mitchell to Ayling from -8 and bench boost. I wouldn't do Mitchell to Ayling from -4. The other one looks alright. You could just bench boost for Mitchell, even though he plays Man City. Dyer to Chilwell, Cancelo. Either worth a -4. Again, Dyer's got pretty much a clean sheet locked in, I would say, so I'm not sure I would be taking -4s for them. Should I transfer out Sterling for De Bruyne for -8? Or have Sterling as a differential captain? That's up to you. Again, if you want to do differential captain, go for it. A -8, I'd probably just risk Sterling at that point. You know? We are on 5-minute warning. Get your decisions locked in. Like I said, I'll try and get as many more questions answered from the chat and the super chats as I can, but it's pretty mad at this point. I'm not going to get through them all. So get your decisions locked in. Get your captaincy locked in, your bench boost locked in, and all that good stuff. Would to Watkins for a -4. I probably wouldn't do that, no. Neto holding a Mitchell worth a bench boost. Neto, nah, I don't think so. Mitchell's not going to get a clean sheet, I don't think. Neto might not even play. I wouldn't bench boost that. Chilwell to Wan-Bissaka. CL to Antonio, Calvert-Lewin, and Son to De Bruyne for -8. Chilwell out as part of a -8. I don't like that, to be honest. Calvert-Lewin to Antonio, fine. I guess Chilwell to Wan-Bissaka to fund it. Or keep Chilwell and swap Calvert-Lewin to a cheaper player, can't afford Antonio or would. If you really want De Bruyne as captain, maybe do it, but I don't like it. Calvert-Lewin to Antonio is good. Maybe just go about De Bruyne. Triple captain De Bruyne, yeah, if you want to. Bamford Antonio on a free hit. Come on, you're winding me up now. Come on. I'm not even going to answer that. You know the answer. Brian, thank you very much. Dyer and Brewster to James and Antonio for -4. Yeah, I like that, yeah. Bench boost with Johnston, Rafinha, Dallas and Brewster. I probably would, yeah. I know you're not going to get much from Brewster, but the rest looks good. Leno, Dyer, Bamford, Son, bench. I mean, come on, absolutely. Should I captain Cresswell instead of De Bruyne? Too risky. Exactly, you know. It's a massive risk. If you want to do it, go for it. Neto, Holden and Mitchell worth a bench boost. No. Remember double game week 37 and 16-17 got 177. Kane got 5 goals. Yeah, I remember that. Have 10 double game weekers. -4 bench boost. A, Johnston -4. B, Johnston Gundogan from -8. C, Dallas to Stones and no bench boost. It's hard to know about the rest of your team. I don't think Gundogan from -8 is worth it though. Cancelo captain again. I've already spoken about that. Not for me, but yeah, some defender might get a big score. Neto to Rashford or Neto to Madison. Rashford. I think I've already done some of these. Matt and Vardy with City defense double up, or Sterling and Wilson. West Ham. I'd go for the West Ham double up. I think with Sterling and Wilson. The Vardy amount could do it. I don't know. It's tough on that. It's very close. I think West Ham's fixtures are so good. Antonio, Salah or Bruno. Fixture say Antonio Fawn says Bruno have it on Salah. Yeah, Salah looks good to me. Rashford or Salah. Salah by a mile. Mile? Maybe a bit harsh. Dallas or Johnson from West Ham. Dallas by a mile because Johnson doesn't even necessarily start. Martinez to McCarthy -4. Nope. And or Burke to Socek from -4 looks good though. Bring Cancelo in for Diaz. I'm on a free hit. On a free hit, I'd probably do it, yeah. Saka to Algazi from -4. I'd probably just play Saka. Salah Dawson, West Ham or Mane, so foul. Probably Salah Dawson, I think, for this week. Is Sterling worth a -4 and captain? Depends who your other captain options are. Probably not. McCarthy, Bamford, Dallas, Adams, bench boost. Probably, yeah. Reguilon to Chilwell from -8 or Forster to Martinez. Probably Forster to Martinez. I think Reguilon will play. On a free hit, should I go Vardy and Sojek or Salah and Watkins? Salah and Watkins. Neto, Holden and Mitchell. Oh, I've answered that one a million times. I think you just put it in a million times. Should I transfer out Sterling for De Bruyne from -8? Oh yeah, I've already answered that one as well. Lars, thank you. Somewhere captain options: Salah, Fernandes, Grealish, Watkins, Fernandes, captain. As I am bench boosting, therefore moving towards Fernandes. My gut says Fernandes. If your gut says Fernandes, go for it. How many points on game week average would you be happy with? I wouldn't want to put a total points on it. By the way, it's only got like 1 or 2 minutes left, so make sure you get decisions locked in. No more. I won't be able to answer any more questions now. How many? Yeah, I don't care. I want to be above the. Oh, sorry, above the average. Okay, I get you. I don't know. 20, 30, 40 points would be great, but let's see how it goes, you know. Are we actually locked in? Are they done it on time? Wow, we're locked in. I can't believe I got through all those questions. Absolutely mad. So many questions in the chat, and then all the super chats as well. Crazy. Firmino, Vardy or Werner. It's too late now, Hazala. Thank you very much, but it's too late. You're locked in. I don't even know if I did my own team though. I'm locked in with De Bruyne captain. There we go. De Bruyne captain, Salah vice captain, Antonio bench boost is active. That has been an absolutely manic few weeks over Christmas and the start of the year. I am so glad that we have a 10-week break to game week 20. It feels like just yeah, we're just done now. We're done till game week 20. Things are going to get quiet. Lewis, thank you very much. Socek captain. Oh my god. If anyone's captain Socek or Antonio, I wish you the best of luck. I hope it works out for you. I really do. I need to on my phone. Someone's just given me an idea in the chat without even realising it. Sorry. I just thought of it. I need to do some emojis for those of you that are signed up as YouTube members, and I've just thought of a really good one to do. So yeah, I'll try and get that sorted. There's so much stuff I need to sort for the channel. Do you think Captain Cresswell is a bad idea? I mean, it's got the potential to be massive, but who knows? I guess who knows. It should be 2 clean sheets, right? No, not a 10-week break, 10-day break. Sorry. So the next deadline for game week, it's not strictly a 10-day break because there will be videos before that. But there's a bit of a break now because it's 10 days till the next deadline. So game week 20 deadline is on 26th of January. But then there's more. There's more quicker game weeks. Anyway, please do hit the like button if you haven't already, right? It's still good for you if you're watching. That'd be much appreciated. Subscribe if you're new around here. I should do a quick shout out to all the Patreons as well. So everyone that signs up to Patreon goes up on the Legends Wall. Like I said earlier, I put my team up, all my transfers that I did last night, as soon as they were done. So if you want to see that straight away, go and check that out. And a big shout out to Sigma, David T, JH, and I think it's CAN rather than... Well, it's Can, isn't it? CAN or SARN maybe. Let me know by message how you pronounce that name. Thank you very much for signing up to Patreon. There's Slack access, really great community over there, WhatsApp access, stuff like that. So if you want to check it out, link in the description below, basically. Thanks for all the super chats and stuff today. When is the free hit next available? You only get one free hit. You only get one free hit. No end of stream broadband chat. We can chat about whatever you want now if you want. Within reason. Ankit, I have De Bruyne triple captain with 9 double gaming players. Thanks for the videos. Good luck. Good luck. Yeah, good luck to everyone. Like, I feel like weeks like this, the stress leading up to it is not worth the end result. Let's just hope it's a big week. It might not be, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, the only chips you get twice are the wild card, the bench boost, the free hit, and the triple captain you only get once. They've just pulled the deadline early. No, that's it. Good way, top content, very enjoyable. Cheers, Adam. Thank you very much. Missed the deadline to triple captain De Bruyne. Maybe that'll work out for you. Maybe that'll work out for you. With the broadband, I think I got an email since we last talked about on the last stream, which said, I can confirm that we're on track to commence this work within the next 2 weeks. But before you get excited, because I'm excited already, I think that's to get all the stuff in place in the estate. That's still not me getting it because it takes like a few weeks to make sure that all the providers are kind of know that they can now provide it in this estate, etc. So they got to put it on their website. So it's probably going to still be like a month and a half away, if not a bit more. But I hope it comes this time. So broadband, hopefully fibre coming. Aziz, is the next double game we can announce yet? Nah, it's going to be a few weeks now. I think the next few weeks are just going to be normal weeks, hopefully. Hopefully there's no postponements or anything like that, and we just get it done. Would you rather have good broadband or a lifetime supply of Kiwis? Honestly, good broadband is a massive game changer for me, honestly. Will I do a halfway game review? I don't know. Probably not. I think this is a good chance for me to take a bit of a break. So we'll see. Cheers, Omar. Thank you for tuning in. Kiwis are good, though, but broadband is a game changer, honestly. Shout out your cup opponent. My cup opponent is Riley. Oh, you can't see it. Someone called Riley or something like that. I'll do it on Twitter. The good thing about today, enjoying the football, is I can just skip the West Brom Wolves game. 3 o'clock. I don't know which game to watch. I've got to watch West Ham, haven't I? I've got to watch my boy Antonio. Yeah, I'm definitely watching that game, but hoping Leeds do well as well, for Bamford at least. Don't need a rest. I'm ready to go again. I'm ready for Game Week 20 now. Oh, let me put my team up. That looks a bit weird. Yeah, okay. Do you think the City Villa game will get called off? I hope not now, Captain De Bruyne. Excuse me. Next time I do a video, hopefully I'll have some soundproof panels up and a new mic. So hopefully the sound might be a bit better. I don't think my sound is that bad, but it's always good. It's always good to do to improve things a bit. So hopefully we can improve the sound a little bit. Get a 5G phone. No need to rely on broadband. Come on. Fibre to the home is so much better than 5G. And also, if I could get 5G, I would. Pragash, thank you very much. That looks like a pretty good team. Solid team. Is that a free hit, maybe? Excuse me, sorry. Well, I was not sure if you got around to my question, but I chicken out of Cancelo captain. I did get around to it, yeah. Honestly, I don't know how to manage the super chats going forward. It's getting to the point where there's so many, which is great, but it's hard to get through them properly and also look at the chat. I don't want to just ignore the chat for the whole stream. So I did get through it, but obviously it was quick. So I don't know. Excuse me, sorry. My throat is killing from all the talking this morning. Yeah, don't get me wrong. The audio, I think, is pretty good. But if I can improve it, why not? So I'm going to get some panels up. So I don't think it's too echoey in this room, but it could be better. Well, it's too late. I've ordered the panels now. They're nearly coming. And then I've got a new mic as well. The same one that Az and Mark used on Black Box actually. So hopefully it's decent enough. This one picks up a lot of noise. Not that I'm tapping the desk all the time, but yeah, I think it's a dynamic mic. I've got it here. It's over there somewhere. It's one of the Shure ones. So hopefully it'll be good. If you didn't have bench boost, would you start Bamford or Wood? Yeah, it's an interesting question. I think I would have started Wood, but I wouldn't have liked to have benched Bamford. Honestly, I'm telling you now, I'm coughing. I've had COVID already, by the way. I'm coughing because my throat's sore because of all the talking. That's all it is, honestly. I went with Barnes and Cavani for Neto and Adams. Good luck with it. I hope the punt works. Yeah, 100 plus. This better be a 100 plus week, honestly. It better be a 100 plus week. It's always nice hitting 100, but really you just want to be above the average by quite a bit. What are my non-football plans? Unfortunately, I think I have to do some tidying up and some cleaning. Use a lozenge. Don't panic about me. I'm fine. Deadline's done. Yeah, that's why we're just talking rubbish, basically. Cheers for that, Alexander Lacazette. I captained Trent Alexander-Arnold. That's a guy that we've barely heard mentioned this year. I love FPL, right? Because sometimes the way that blanks or doubles converge on certain teams, you just forget about players. Like, barely anybody has talked about Liverpool players outside of Salah captain. Like, Robertson and Trent are being forgotten about. People are looking at transferring out Robertson for, like, hits to get Man City. It's ridiculous. Dog breeder's golden retriever. This is a make and break week. It definitely is for me with a wild card. If I get a red arrow in this week, that is a killer because the rest of the season is going to be difficult enough to manage. I'm on 25k. If I could imagine if I got into the top 10k after this week, that'd be amazing. But we'll see. How many players playing today? Not actually that many. So I've got none in Wolves, West Brom. I've got 1 in Leeds, 3 in West Ham. That's it. None in Leicester, Southampton. None in Chelsea, Fulham. It's Sofal, Souček, and Antonio, and then Bamford. And then I've got no one in Spurs, and then I've got 4 in Liverpool, Man United, but 3 of them are Man United players, and then 3 in City. So it's going to be a long week. It's definitely going to be a long week. So we'll see. I panicked and Diaz is on my bench. Oh my days, what happened there? You've triple captain Sam Johnson? Surely not. Use your bench to stay on the couch all weekend. Yeah, maybe. Wish everyone a big green arrow. Yeah, me too. Right, I think I'll leave it there. I can't. I'd love to sit around all day chatting rubbish. It's what I do most times when I stream. But this time I've got to go. Seriously, good luck this week. Please do hit that like button if you haven't already. If you want to support me and the channel a bit further, there is a Patreon link in the description below. You can see all the perks and stuff over there. I won't go through it again. But do keep hitting that like button. Hit subscribe as well if you're new around here. We do this every single week. The channel's just getting bigger and bigger, better and better, I hope. And like I said, hopefully I'll be back with some better sound. I know the sound isn't bad, but I want to try and improve things slowly as I can. So, am I worried about having 3 triple ups? I will be if the games get called off, but otherwise, no. Quickly, we'll leave on this super chat. If Salah blanks this game, I will seriously consider transferring out. Already have the team first. Right now, I don't know. I don't know who I would go for. Let's have a look in Game Week 20 who would go for. But good luck this week. I'll catch you soon. I don't know when the next stream will be. I probably won't do one on Sunday just because there's still be so many games left. But we'll see. Maybe I'll do a check-in just to see how things are going. I think I'll play it by ear. I'll see what happens in the games and then see if we need to have a bit of a rant about it. But thanks for tuning in this morning. Like I said, good luck. I'm just going to say that last time. I'll catch you again soon. I'll be on Twitter and stuff all over the weekend anyway. Let's hope for an Antonio hat-trick.